Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. In the last part of this series, if you haven't watched it already, please do. We finished the majority of the belt buckle off, and this part I'm going to be putting on the back swivel, I guess, and if I get time, the latch mechanism part. So hope you enjoy and join me for this part. Okay guys, so my original plan for this cross member here was going to be using a bit thinner material and bending either end of it like that, and then soldering it on to the underside of those. However, now that I've actually done the buckle, if I was to do that, that would stick out a lot further beneath and make it a lot wider than need be. So in order to make it a bit more flush and also easier to make, I've decided to go with this, which is going to entail notching out the cross member here and maybe a little bit on the buckle as well. And then that creates a nice flat surface for me to then solder, while also reducing this thickness here, which basically just allows for two thicknesses of the belt leather to pass over without it sticking out too much or going below the surface too much either. So what I'm going to be doing now is deciding exactly where I want the member to go on the buckle, marking that out, and then cutting a section off of this and notching that out to half the thickness I think we'll do for that. So join me. I'm not sure how much detail is going to be in this or how exciting it's going to be, but I'll see how it goes. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, just real quick here, progress has been good so far. I just flattened off the end of that buckle there, so this will be able to have a nice flat surface to solder onto. But to do that, first I need to create the little carving joint type thing. So just remove a little section off each end of that so that it will then be able to sit flat on the end there. Once I do that, before I solder it, I'll also need to make the latch piece so I can slide that on and then solder it together. So I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so this is where we're at. We have successfully fitted that up. And now I think I'll call that for tonight. and I'll come back in the morning and make the locking pin type thing. So then when I make that can just be looped around that and then soldered in place, and then that will just about finish the buckle off. So thanks for watching, guys. Please consider subscribing. Hey guys, it's the next morning. So now I've got the piece here that I'm going to use for the pin or little cross member to secure the buckle. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. And I've cut it a bit long so I can trim it up easily, but I think what I'm going to do now is, I guess, a type of cold forging. I want to kind of taper this end down a little bit thinner, so I'll be able to wrap it around into a loop a bit easier, and so it'll be a bit neater. And that will wrap around the cross member of the buckle, so it'll pivot around it. I also want to flatten the profile of this just a little bit, so it's not quite as bulky and round looking. So join me for that. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, and then we can get on to the exciting soldering. So that should be fun. So see you then. Here it is, guys. So I've bent that little loop around there and it fits on the shaft, and I've given it a gentle bend across the top there. What I'm going to do now is just get some files, and I need to clean up around that loop there because that's still quite a bit too tight there. So you want it to move quite freely, so I'll clean up around there if I can. And just kind of clean up the undersides and this top bit around there. Also then trim that off after I do that. And after that, I think I will paint the top of it so it matches the texture. See you then. everyone, here we go. We finished the latch piece, polished it all up. You can see the paint texture there. Polished the axle bit up there, and look at that, it's looking good. Yep. So now what I'm going to do, it's not going to be completely finished. There's still the ends of this thing, axle bit's going to have to be cleaned up in the back side of the buckle there. But after I solder it together, it'll be essentially done, and that's where I think I'll finish the video, because that is looking nice. Hello guys, so here we are. We're going to solder the belt buckle together. Just a few things. So anytime before you solder, make sure that it's free of any type of oil or grease or anything. So I just use some acetone to do that. Just wipe it over the surface. I'm using metalwork solder, so acid core, just moderate diameter there. What else? I'm using some liquid soldering flux. I kind of just bought this to experiment with it. I feel like I kind of prefer the paste wax, paste flux, sorry, just because you get a bit more control of where exactly you want it. But this is good for, I found, more electrical, because you can just dip it and it gets in between all the different bits of wire. But it'll do for today. Also, I found if you're basically doing anything other than wires and electrical type of stuff, I personally prefer to use a blowtorch. So I've actually got this like little one here, which I think is actually originally a cooking blowtorch, which was my sister's. And it's just got a lot more controlled, more, I guess, pinpoint flame. And when you're doing something a bit thicker material like this, a soldering iron, or at least the ones that I've used, really don't cut it that great. You just can't get it hot enough, then the heat just gets out of it too quickly. Yeah, so a blowtorch I found is a lot better and easier to use. And that's about it. So I'll set the camera up to a nice angle, and hopefully you'll be able to see the solder going nicely. Guys, I just made a really stupid mistake. Soldered on really nicely and everything, but yeah, kind of forgot to put that on. So here we go for round 2. Okay, so here it is, guys. It's a functional buckle, finally. So it's not completely finished. There's still some finishing touches on this back section, cleaning up that. But I think I'm just gonna save that for a little bit at the start of the next part. I just gave it a quick buff and removed the dirt with acetone, just so you guys could hopefully see the solders there, the solder joints. They turn out quite nicely, wetted out nice. So that's good. The latch thing seems to be swinging okay. Yeah, so that's the buckle for today. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. That will be it for today. Please join in next time to make sure that you catch the finishing of the buckle there and the leather work finally. And I think that should be the final part of this belt series. So that should be exciting. You'll get to see the final product. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content here. And see you next time guys.